All right, welcome to Collapsing with Casey. Today's title: The Vultures Ate My Dead Ass Up. That's another Wesley Willis tune. I know we did that a couple weeks ago with shit. I already forgot. Um, but yeah, man, I love Wesley Willis and the song. Man, look up the song if you never heard it. It's hilarious. I think it goes completely along with human extinction. Um, not that it's meant to, but he just singing the vultures, the vultures, the vultures, the vultures, the vultures ate my dead ass up. Fucking hilarious. Oh, Wesley Willis, man, I miss him so much. He's always good for a. He's always good for a laugh, entertainment. I mean, Rock and Roll McDonald's was the first song of his I ever heard, and I almost died laughing. That was one of the times where I realized maybe maybe you can die from laughing too hard. And Rock and Roll McDonald's damn near did that to me. Wesley, I love you, man. In fact, I think I'm going to end every show with Wesley always said rock on Chicago, fucked it up again. Rock over London, rock on Chicago. And then he would do a commercial, like um uh Wheaties Breakfast of Champions. Um, he would just say that and hoped that a company would like his music and that he was doing a free commercial for them and give him money. Wesley didn't understand things didn't work that way. He was a very simple minded guy. Um, uh, he was on schizophrenia and he was, many other things. He was definitely not a normal person. I mean that in the most loving, best of ways. Um, yeah, he didn't really understand that. Yeah, they're not gonna sponsor you because you already gave them a commercial. Um, it doesn't work like that. They don't go, "Hey, man, that was great. We love that you did that. Here's some money." No, they don't do that. Unfortunately, Wesley was a gentle soul. One thing I forgot to mention the other week, and I was talking about him too. He had a like a black dot right here on his forehead because instead of shaking people's hands, when he met you, he would headbutt you. And I don't mean like a violent headbutt. I mean just a friendly, you know, boom. And he'd say rah, rah, boom. He headbutt. They roar, and he headbutt you again. So you get two headbutts when you meet Wesley. I got to do that, so that was pretty cool. I met him once. Yeah, I told you that story where I almost wound up. He um he almost wound up staying with me after a show in Atlanta, but wound up finding a better place to stay that was more on track with keeping up with his crew and the rest of the band to get to the next show the next day. I think they were going from Birmingham, from Atlanta to Birmingham, Alabama. Um, but enough of that. So I've got really good news for you guys. You guys are all on top of everything that's going on. I don't even know why I tell you this. You probably already know, but in case you don't, El Nino was expected to get underway probably this summer. Well, it's being pushed back now to October. Obviously, that means we have a better chance of making it through this summer, climate wise. Economic wise, I don't know, man. I really don't think. Um, God, gas is skyrocketing. We're under fucking worldwide nuclear threat because of Russia and the United States. I mean, you can't say nuclear threat without including the United States because the United States has the biggest, the best, the most, blah 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 blah. Um, and nuclear weapons on top of all the blah 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 blah. So we're pretty well fucked. We're not pretty well fucked. We're definitely well fucked. We're very fucked. And and it's been funny to watch people go off on Biden over gas prices, like, oh, thanks, Biden, or fucking Biden or whatever. And don't get me wrong, I hate the Democrats as much as I hate the Republicans. I hate Biden as much as I hate anybody. Trump is maybe a little. I have more hatred for Trump, just because he's so nasty. He's fucking nasty. Here's what I say about Democrats versus Republicans. Okay, they both fuck you. They both fucking ass rape you, right? But at least the Democrats will tell you they're wearing a rubber. They're not. It's a lie. But at least they tell you that they're wearing a rubber when they're ass raping you. So it's like, oh, okay, that's a little, less harsh. The Republicans don't even fucking know what a condom is. They don't believe in them. That's just really the difference between, for me anyway. That's why I don't vote. The difference between Democrats and Republicans is you're still going to get war. Look at all the protests. Any protest, it just a fucking pro-abortion march isn't gonna. If it's a big march, it's not even gonna get any coverage because that'll legitimize the cause. Media is not allowed to legitimize any good cause. That's why we don't ever go anywhere. Fuck, everybody still thinks Jesus is coming back, or it's all up to Jesus. People are fucking stupid. People are fucked. They're fucked and they're fucking stupid, which is the real reason why they're fucked. Oh man. Happy Friday night, everybody. Drink up. Good to hang out with all 2 to 7 of you. Thanks for joining in. I've got the Zoom open, so jump on the Zoom if you'd like to jump on and have a chat. Love to talk to you. Otherwise, I don't have much anymore these days. There's not a lot going on. I mean, there is a lot going on, but I feel like you guys already know all that. I feel like I'm getting to the point where just me ranting, I've already kind of said everything I can say. I've been a bad boy and I didn't make any notes for topics to talk about. So let me check. Let me check in the chat and see if anybody is saying anything there. If anybody's saying anything in the chat, because I love it when you guys, when you guys give me stuff to talk about or comment on in the chat. It's only been 10 minutes. Shit. I've got supposed to do a race tomorrow. It's supposed to be high of like 35, 34, something like that. It's supposed to rain all night. I really hope this race doesn't happen. And what I really wish is I wish the weather was nicer because I want the race to happen. But with the weather being really shitty, really fucking cold, I honestly don't want to fucking go. I don't want to do that. I don't want to. It's going to be very uncomfortable. It's going to be very cold. I told my wife repeatedly, you don't have to go with me. Stay home and stay warm. And it's a 3-hour drive. I'll pin it there, do the race. Nobody's going to show up. Even if they do, it's going to be so muddy. Not many people are going to race. It'll be a short day because there's just not going to be a lot of people there. But I really appreciate her still going, because she wants to support me and she can help keep me warm. I mean, I'll tell you guys, I got the Jackery 1500. So I'm really pumped about that. My 4 solar panels that come with it arrived today. I probably won't need to use them. I'm just going to use the Jackery to keep warm, run a couple of heaters if I need to. I think the building I'm going to be in, they're going to put plastic up on the walls. It's an open building, but they'll put plastic up on the walls and a big propane heater. So that I'll be up there with the scorers and flagger, the finish line flagger, probably announced from that track. So I'm excited about that. At least it shouldn't be too unbearable with all that going on. So yeah, man, I got the Jackery ready to go do some fucking camping. I want to take you guys down my favorite road to find animals and snakes on. Now, I can't take you all the way down it because internet dies, but there's a part of the road as you're going into Stephen C. Foster Park. That road dead ends into the park, and it's just a little ways before you get to the park is where the internet runs out. So the first part of that road for a few miles, there is some service there, and I want to do some live streams, hoping to find some snakes, and you guys can come along with me for the ride. So I'm looking forward to that. Hoping to go down Thursday, and so all goes well. Next Friday's live stream, I'm going to be on my favorite road that I've ever been on to find snakes and other wildlife. We on this same road we've seen bear, we've seen coyotes, we've seen just turtles, just all kind of stuff. And then there's other places where there's a lot of alligators, and especially in the park. There's no internet service there, so if I do see some stuff, maybe I can get some video and upload it to the channel here. If you guys would like to watch that and hear me talk about alligators, I'm no alligator expert. I've never kept one. I just love reptiles. I love animals, but I love reptiles. Especially snakes, because I always say that snakes are the most misunderstood, wrongfully misunderstood animal on the planet. Wrongfully are always killed. Even the ones that are harmless and aren't venomous are always killed because people think that snakes chase you. They think all the dumb shit that we're told throughout our lives. That's all a lie. Almost everything we're fucking told is a lie. So snake information is no different. I'm looking forward to that. Hey, Worko Art. Oh, thank you. Cool. I hope you'll join me on those adventures. And I'm really looking forward to it, man. Really looking forward to that. You know, I don't know. I really don't think we have much time left, but I'm in a position now where I can try to enjoy that, and I want to carry you guys on that ride. I'm still angry at the world. I'm angry with how stupid humans are. All that good stuff. But since I sold my house, I'm not like, oh shit, I'm gonna be homeless. Oh shit, we're gonna run out of money. Lose the house, run out of money, all that. So man, I was able to get a Jackery. Now I'm looking for a really good portable AC unit. So when we have these heat waves, whether we're traveling in the car, our Dodge Journey, or we're here at my wife's dad's home, no matter what, we can hunker down with that Jackery. And I want to find a good portable AC unit that we can use. I'll show you the room here. This is our bedroom now. We've got an AC unit in the wall right there, and I mean it's a tiny room. These dressers aren't even ours. They're and we only have a couple of doors that we were able to get cleaned out. So, but we have a storage building where all of our stuff is. It's just it's another kind of chaos, but it's a good chaos because we're not going to run out of money next week or next month or in 2 months or 3 months even. So we and there's no housing down here. There's nothing for rent. Um, Occasionally something pops up for sale, and if it's decent enough, it's probably going to be out of our price range. And even if we do stroke a check for it, um, we won't have any money then. So it sucks that you have to have a job to get a loan, even though you could finance anywhere from 50 to 90% of the you could pay for. You can't get financing, but you could pay for 50 to 90% of the price of the home. But that's just how it works. That's why we weren't able to keep our last house. But it was time to get out. We wanted to get out of the Atlanta area before full on collapse, before we go dark. The grid goes down, all that kind of shit. So it was perfect timing. Gas is going yesterday, gas was literally going up here by the hour. We drove by a store and it was like 4.30 per gallon for the cheap stuff, for the regular unleaded. And then we drove right back by it like a couple hours later, something like that, and it had gone up 36 cents or some shit. I'm sorry, 6 cents. It went from 4.30 to 4. And I was making the joke like, fuck, dude, gas is going up by the hour. Today we drove by that same station just now, and it was still at 4.36. So it's kind of holding for the second. But yeah, man, we're gonna see fucking $5 soon. We might even go all the way up to $10 or more, in the near future. You just don't know, and everybody's, what I was getting at earlier too. I think I got sidetracked. Everybody's blaming Biden, dude. Nobody wants to talk about overshoot. Nobody wants to talk about the fact that we've already pumped all the gas out of the planet for the most part. I mean, yeah, there's some left, but what's left is really gonna be harder and harder to extract. It's gonna be less and less, and we're still growing. We were at 7.8 billion. Now we're at 7.9 billion people. People, stop fucking, stop having kids. No shame, no blame. Bullshit. I'm blaming you. I didn't have kids, and I'm partially joking because if you had kids like, years ago, I give you a pass. Things weren't that bad. I always knew this shit was coming. I never had kids because I never had money, and I didn't want kids, and I didn't want to bring a life into this world that was just going to suffer a shitty life of working, being a product of capitalism for their entire lives, trying to find their own way. It's a really shitty thing to do to somebody. So, yeah, I'm really selfish. Let's shit out of mini-me. And then when he gets 5 years old, we put him on the yellow bus and let the fucking government teach him. You know, it's a terrible plan. It's stupid. Don't fucking do that to a kid, especially a kid that you're supposed to love. What kind of love is that? It's fucking horrifying. Hey, Climate Chaos, I love your name. Yes, you are here now in both forms, both you and your name. I agree. Very good name. Wow, 417 a gallon, wherever work of art is. Yeah, man. I You're right about that. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's like I said earlier, 436 here. Shoot. Oh yeah, going off about running out of gas and overpopulation. Something I recently learned from Guy McPherson. I'm really glad he said this. It's really good info. You guys have probably already heard it too, but just to reemphasize, and I was trying to talk about this in my interview with when my friends from the Right to No Longer Exist interviewed me, which you haven't checked that out. check that out. It was a really good show. Um, I fucked up a few things. I lost my my facts and numbers. So I this is what I could one of the things I couldn't remember was Guy McPherson talking about in normal consequences, one species would go extinct every 1 million years. It would take 1 million years for one species to go extinct. Then humans come along, you know, and that's not during extinction events. You know, of course, we know there have been 7 prior mass extinction events before ours, which is now been discovered as the 8th, not the 6th. There's been 7 prior, and Guy has all that information too, to back it up. Um, so it took 1 million years for a species to go extinct. Yet since 2010, from the UN report, we've been driving to extinct 150 to 200 species per day. Think about that. That's another realization of the exponential function that people have a hard time grasping, right? So what would normally be one species going extinct every 1 million years, we are driving to extinction 150 to 200 per day. And it's more like 200 now because this isn't 2010, and we've only grown in population quite largely and gone bigger, better, faster, capitalism wise, or however. It's just it's really mind boggling, totally mind boggling how this shit is just such a fast forward motion, gaining more and more momentum, melting more and more uh, ice at the poles every year, more and more permafrost melting. Another thing I fucked up in that interview is I said, yeah, Chikova and Samaltov said there's 5 gigatons in the ESAS of methane. No, it's 500, Joey. I totally screwed that up. And that's a big difference. I was, I'm a little hard on myself about that because I screwed that up. I said 5 gigatons. No, it's 500. So when I get out of Facebook jail, when I get out of Facebook jail, I'll go on the Right to No Longer Exist Facebook page and comment that make those corrections. There is a thread there, and I didn't even realize those guys had a Facebook page. So I just found it thanks to a friend of mine. He pointed that out, and I'm on there now, but I just can't comment or do anything for another couple weeks or so. Yeah, definitely check out the Right to No Longer Exist, TRTNLE Facebook page. Those guys are cool, man. They don't get extinction. Excuse me. They don't get extinction, but they get human rights. They get, the right to die, the right to no longer exist, as their name states. So they're, and I love what they have to say. That what they have to say, and the dots they connect, the lines that they draw, and just the way they say things, word things, make comparisons. They're not Jesus people and all that dumb shit, right? So love those guys, man. So definitely check them out. Hop on their Facebook page and support them if you can. If there's anything you can give or do or say, give them all the support, all the love in the world. Work hard. It's time to get a mule or a horse and carriage. Yeah, man, that's so true. God, but feeding a horse, holy shit. Well, if you have some grass and a water source, you can make that pretty easy. Fencing is hard as hell. They go through fences. They break shit, they bust shit. They're big, heavy animals. But Yeah, they can be very good for transportation. Um, Thankfully, where I'm at, I won't need, I won't have transportation when it goes down and we run out of fuel. Um, I've got well water here. We've got some food packed up. So um, if anybody does need some help, any help with ideas on methods, exit methods and stuff like that, hit me up on the Zooms. I do private Zooms every Tuesday at 6. I do private Zooms anytime. People ask. I don't ask for money. I don't charge. There are some people that have donated really generously to me, and I really appreciate that, especially when I was broke and running out of money. That I was getting quite scared, scared enough to where I sold my house, and I thought everything because of the housing market. I was like, this house will sell in 4 days. No, it took almost 4 months. It took about 4 months. That was scary because I literally did almost run out of money. Luckily, I had a credit card with a zero balance, had a good amount of credit on it, and I was getting to where that thing was getting up there. Now that's paid off. I'm back to square one. We're good. We're golden. And yeah, join me on the Zooms. Email me at practice track, practice like a dental practice, track like a racetrack, practice track at yahoo.com, and shoot me an email, and I'll add you to my Zoom list. And we have great Zooms, man. We laugh, we have a good time. We talk, we help each other out through our hard times. We got a friend that um, I don't want to say too much, but we have really good conversations and help each other out really, really well. We're there to support each other, and that helps me immensely, and I think it helps those others as well. So in the end, that's all I can ask. It's really all I can ask for, to make every, as Guy McPherson says, every life punishing day. Um, you guys make every life punishing day more bearable. Thank you for that. Um, Work of art gonna come to one of my races. That's awesome. Are you from around here, from Georgia or whatever? That would be awesome. Um, that would be cool. We can have some fun. I'll interview you if you want, and you can throw out some climate, some doomer stuff, and of course I'll react in a much better way than most would. I don't want to typically bring up the subject at the races because I'm there to not I'm not there to do that. I might make a joke here or there, but I try to keep it low, to a bare minimum, and try to more focus on the job at hand of announcing the race and talking dirt bikes, even though that's always harder and harder to do. It was getting to be a real pain in the ass when I was working full time, and then still got back into announcing races for the last couple of years, because I felt like might need that extra money later on, which I did. That extra money saved me and helped me keep my house going throughout the whole time I was selling it, so that we didn't lose it. We got to sell it and get the equity on it. So I'm glad I kept announcing races. And when I was working 7 days a week and then having to go and announce races on the weekends, I didn't get those weekends off, obviously. That was just so stressful for me. So I couldn't enjoy it. Now I'm not working, um, stuck in the house all the time. I mean, not all the time. We go out, we drive around. Tammy's got friends we go see. We go eat, go to the store, go look at houses for sale or rent, which is hardly ever because there's nothing. But just whatever we can do to go get out, we're trying to do. Um, so, oh, work of art, North Carolina. So if you're in North Carolina, the closest race that I do, and I was just up there last Sunday, and we camped out Saturday night and Sunday night, left Monday morning. And that promoter is really cool. I mean, all the people I work for is really cool. If they weren't, I wouldn't work for them. They treat me nice. I'm glad to do it. But said that we can camp there anytime. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, come camp with us. Come hang out, work of art. Shoot me an email, let me know who you are and stuff like that. But Fannin County motocross, you can Google or do the the Waze or the what's the other thing besides the Waze, like Google Maps. If you just type in Fannin County motocross, it'll come up. They have a Facebook page too, but I'm gonna be back up there the weekend of the 27th for their next race, March the 27th. So we're gonna same thing, go up there, drive up Saturday, set up camp Saturday night, Sunday night, and then probably leave Monday morning, unless there's something else going on. There's a creek that runs right by where we camp at. The water was right there. A little rapid in the creek. We heard the water running all night. There was nobody. There wasn't many other campers there. Nobody was running a generator that I remember hearing. So we just heard the water running both nights. That was really peaceful and nice. So it just made for a really pleasant camping experience. It was the most pleasant camping experience I've ever had camping at a motocross. Like I said, usually you're hearing generators run on. Not the case with this track. That was really nice and peaceful. Yeah, check out Fannin County Motocross. You're nearby. That's the closest I get to North Carolina on a on a regular basis. So I know Murphy, North Carolina is not too far from there. But yeah, that's it, you guys. And oh, some you want to do some snake hunting and identification. The promoter there says he never sees any snakes there, but man, I bet if we put on some waterproof boots and hike up that creek, I bet we can find some shit. So, yeah, man, let's do it. We can do that. I've always got an extra snake hook with me, and I always keep the bucket nearby. So if we find something that we want to really check out, we can put it in the bucket. I got a screw-on lid. We call it the venomous bucket because obviously anything that's venomous, you don't touch. We don't touch, but we have the proper tools and some experience with venomous. So, oh, always fun, man. That when I see a timber rattlesnake in the wild, I just I basically lose my shit. I'm so excited. Um, I've only seen a few, and it's only been in the last couple of years that I've gotten lucky. And where we used to live, there's a park, Sweetwater Creek State Park, and there's timbers there, and I've found I don't know at least 3 or 4 there the last couple of years, 2 to 4 years probably. So that's pretty exciting. Down where we go at near the Okefenokee or in the Okefenokee, we always find cottonmouth. You almost cannot go there and go with us where we go and where we drive and walk the trails and stuff and not find a cotton. Been times where I found multiple cottonmouths in a day. There's one place I was talking about earlier. There's a trail in the park at Stephen C. Foster, and it's got a dead end boardwalk you can go down. And on that boardwalk one day, I saw a water snake. And then I started looking around and I saw more water. I saw like 5 water snakes in one little area without having to move, just looking over the overlook. And you're not supposed to jump down off of that. I may or may not have because it's not that high off the ground. You can get right back up. I may or may not have jumped off that, try to catch one or two. I didn't catch any of those that time. They all got away. But yeah, there's so much. We saw that same trail. We saw a fox just hanging out right by the trail, just laying there, and we walked by, and it looks up at us like, should I run away? And we're like, this is awesome. We're standing like right next to a fox, and we stood there, hung out, took some pictures. He eventually got up and walked away, and that was cool. That was really cool. I love Okefenokee, man. It's like you can't almost can't go there and see something really cool, animal wise. You're not going to see anywhere else. And of course, gators. I mean, you'll see so many alligators that you'll just be like, oh yeah, it's a gator, you know. And I just love being in that element that, oh yeah, it's a gator, no big deal. We're going to see 10 more or 20 more, 50 more, or whatever, and not even get that excited about it. But I still do get excited about it. I like to think they might last a little longer than people. Maybe they will, not much longer. They're all fucked. Every species on the planet is functionally extinct, right? So that's really sad. But hey, no more pain and suffering is right around the corner. No more pain and suffering is right around the corner. When I'm grieving, I think of that, and that helps. So, um, with that, everybody, um, thank you guys so much. It's kind of a short Zoom, or kind of a short live stream, only 37 minutes in, but I'm running out of stuff to say. And man, thank you guys again for being here. Um, we'll do this again soon. Rock over London, rock on Chicago. Gatorade, it's what you're thirsting for.